Find a beautiful day, nice day, another day for us to get here and discuss love, discuss relationship, and discuss things that really make my heart is ningy ningy I. Yeah, another day for us to just sit and just talk about relationship. It's a relationship segment, it's relationship theory. I was supposed to have a co-host, but unfortunately, seems like she's running late. Seems like I don't even know if she's running late or she's just busy. But that's America, crazy America. Those are some of the challenges we have on 3D. To have a team, to build a group with people who can be reliable. But small, small, we're getting to where we want to get to do. Yeah, today and this segment, normally was supposed to be every Thursday, but then it seems like I'll move on to Tuesday. Relationship theory. Relationship theory is that part of theory day where we get together and we discuss relationships. We talk about relationships. We talk about things that happen for community when it comes to relationship. We ask questions. We answer questions. Back in the days, what I used to do with relationship theory is I will have people send me a video of them asking their questions. But what I noticed and later on was that most people will not really like to ask pertinent questions with their face on it. So just imagine say some man, some person boyfriend be cheat on you. Um, just imagine say some person the boyfriend be cheat on you. They'll probably no want talk about them. They'll probably no want for address them. Um, with their face dey for the video because all man go just know it will be obvious. So what we don't decide to do nowadays is we have people sending their question. People that if you do video, we have them sending their videos. But for those who if you just send the question, they just send the question and then we'll give our opinion on. I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert, even though I don't accumulate so many years having jumping from one relationship to another. But I still no be expert when it comes to relationship. Whatever thing I'll say on here, whatever thing we'll say on here is just our opinions. It's just our opinions. So hey, guys, go ahead and share the video. Go ahead and let us know um what questions you would like for us to answer. If you get any questions about it, but by the way, the biggest topic with the trend now for communities about relationship now Jeremy Jitab. When I know about Jeremy Jitab, his situation, and everyone has a say. Everyone wants to say something about our relationship, palava, and people. So many people don't call me. So many people don't talk to reach out to me. Oh, Saku, what you think? Oh, Saku, you need to do a live. You need to. But I'm like, yeah, sometimes you don't, it's not really good for you to just go out there and jump into talking about something when you don't have all the details. So, in as much as most of the times what we do out here is give our opinion, some people they take our opinion very serious. Some people they take which will talk very serious. So you know, I just go in there and just if Naima bin Chita will do so, or the woman do so, or no. If he actually triggers something way maybe before now one fix it gonna cause one or two damage for community. So what I'm actually saying is what I'm actually saying is what I'm actually saying is I always like to do my research, proper research before I address certain issues. But we get a lot of questions. We get a lot of questions we fit address on today on relationship theory. I fit even talk a little bit about the GTAP situation. But like I said, I would talk from a point of I don't really have all the information. So I'll just talk from a point of the information I get in which I think. It seems like my co-host is around the corner. Let me go get her. I think the door is locked. Now give me 1 second, I beg. Sit down. Just sit down. It's still going. We don't pause the life. Yeah. So, like I was saying, oh, now give me 1 minute. Ma balance the camera and then. Can you look this way? Can you look this way? Okay. 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 Let me see. Okay, this is. Yeah. So, like I was saying, we have a lot of things to discuss today. She probably has a questions. I have a few questions I'm gonna answer also. Welcome to the show, boss.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, how you doing?
Hmm?
How you doing?
Doing good. Sorry for being late, but I'm here.
Okay. Well, do you have some questions?
Yeah, I have some.
Okay. Or did you
Um,
have anything you wanted to say before we get into the full segment?
nah.
Okay. Um, I think people know you already, so we can go ahead with the questions.
All right. Did you have some while I look them up real quick?
I don't get you.
I said, did you have some while I pull them up real quick?
You're supposed to have your own questions, right?
Yeah. Now I'm saying if you had some.
No, you can start with yours. However, let me start with. So the very first question on my list is, what is cheating? Um, one question which so many people don't always ask me. So many people don't always want to know. Cheating for me is actually you deciding to do something which was initially not part of what you guys agreed during the start of the relationship. So cheating for me is you, one person. It can be the woman, it can be the man, deciding to go ahead and start doing things that were initially not supposed to be part what you guys agreed on when you or started the relationship. Actually, that's the reason why I always tell people, before you get into a relationship, make sure you go out and define what you want from the relationship, what you are going to give, what you expect from the other person. Make sure you draw all these lines. Make sure you need. For me, relationship is more like a deal. It's more like a contract. Whether it's marriage, whether it's just dating, it should be more like a contract. You have to define what you want and have the other person define what they want. And if you know you can actually provide, you can actually support them with what they want, and they know they agree on your terms, then you guys can go into a relationship. Now, there is cheating only when you guys agreed on something and someone is doing the other thing. Now the challenge we have most of the times in our relationship is the fact that we don't get into all these, oh, you cannot do this, you should not do this. Like, it's not verbal, it's not written down. We just assume that, oh, because I am dating them, they should know they are not supposed to date another person. Oh, because me and them have this thing, they should know that logically it's not okay for them to do this. You understand? So then when they start doing those things and the people come out, oh, you're cheating on me. And I've seen situations where the woman is like, you're cheating on me. And the boy is like, no, I told you I wanted to date you. I never said I wanted to date just you. You understand? So you realize that there was miscommunication. People did not present their facts well. People did not. Some men can be exploitative though, or manipulative. They'll just act like they didn't. So what I'm saying is, when you get into a relationship and you define what you want and they define what they want, and you guys agree on the term, Now, if one person decides to go out of those terms to start doing something that was not initially written down in the relationship, then that's cheating. So, for instance, you guys say, you know what, this relationship is going to be one man, one woman. And then along the line, the woman wants another man or the man wants another woman. Then that is cheating. You understand? Or let's say you guys were like, you only go to the movies with me, no one else, and then you learn they are going to the movies with another person. That is cheating. You understand? So whenever someone steps out of the norms of your relationship, what you guys decided was going to be the foundation of your relationship, what you guys decided was going to be the value, what you guys decided was going to define your relationship, then for me it's cheating. Do you have anything to say about that?
You honestly summed it all up. I would say the same exact thing. Anytime someone goes outside of that agreement that
Mhm.
you guys agreed on, it's
Mhm.
like that's cheating. So yeah.
And the reason I even it's simple, right? Um, we have seen relationship where from the beginning people are like, you know what, I like you, you like me, but then this is the only thing I want from you.
Hmm.
I want just sex. I want just money. I want just me and you can go out and what you understand. So if the relationship was about I want just money, why would you even start asking me about other things? If the relationship was just I want just sex, why would you start asking me or worry about you should not worry about other things, right? If it was like we are starting this relationship because we're getting married tomorrow, then that's it. So once you define what you want from the relationship and the other person accepts, okay, I like those terms, let us roll. And then they start doing something else, that is when it becomes cheating. But if from day one, they told you already, hey, I cannot date one woman, I cannot be with one woman, I need to have multiple women, and you like, oh, I'm cool with that, then you cannot say they're cheating on you if you start seeing them with other women. What's your first question?
One of the few questions that I have is um kind of like yours, but what is the ideal image or view on what being in love is supposed to feel like or be like for people in general?
Being in love.
Mhm. 'Cause I
Mhm,
personally think that not a lot of people are aware or actually know what being in love is.
mhm.
So yeah.
So for me, it will vary with individuals, right?
Mhm.
But if you ask me to give like um, a general idea of what it will feel like, or what will push me to say, "Oh, I'm probably in love with this person," right?
Mhm.
Um, personally, I feel like there's nothing like love from the beginning. There's never anything like love. What happens for me is you see someone, right? You admire something about them, and then you go closer to them, and then you discover more, 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 and then you start feeling like, you know what? I feel like I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. I feel like I
Mhm.
want to be with them for the rest of my life. I feel like, you understand? It's difficult for you to just look at someone the first day and then you're just like, oh, I love them. No. However, you can still see someone from the first day and then you guys talk, right? And then from talking to them, you start learning things about them. And then guess what? You start feeling like, I think I love them.
Mhm.
But for you to just be like, oh, from the first day I saw you, I was in love with you. No, you were attracted to something about them. That's the reason why um people will be like, oh, look at her, this, that, that. Oh, look at her, this. Oh, look at his this. Oh, look at the way he. They'll focus on certain specific things. Now, those specific things will draw them closer to these persons. And then guess what? When they discover more about these persons, they start feeling like, oh, I think I love them. I think I want to spend the rest of my life with them. It's the same reason why you can actually see somebody and they look good, they they look clean, they look attract. You attracted to them, right?
Mhm.
And then you go closer to them, and then they speak, and you're like, oh, I don't think I want to deal with this. So for me, that's it. Love is something that we are supposed to build, or it builds. It's not something that you just and you start feeling like, oh, I think I love. No, you see somebody, you admire them, you get to know them, you observe them for some time, you get closer to them, you ask questions, you talk with them, And then you realize, oh, we have the same this, we have the same that. I like their values. This is how they think. This is how they look at things. And then before you know it, you start feeling like, I think I can date this person. Now,
Okay.
mind you, I think the follow up question should be then why do people fall out of love, right?
Right.
So this is a thing. You meet this person, you admire certain things about them, you get closer to them, you see more things that makes you fall in love with them. And then with time, they start changing.
Mhm.
They used to be sincere. They used to care about you. They used to. So most of the things that make you fall in love with them, they move from that original position to something else. So it's only obvious you fall out of love with them.
Okay, well, it kinda answered my other question, what was, do you believe in love at first sight? But that went on and
Hmm.
answered that. Next, let me see. I have what values do you think makes for a healthy relationship?
Uh, that's a tough one because you if you ask me, the first thing, the foundation should be sincerity.
Mhm,
That is just the first thing. Sincerity, respect for one another, um, support. Um, I don't even want to talk about background if you're a Christian or at the end of the day when we talk about you being a Christian or what, it boils down to the values I'm talking about. So I want somebody who is sincere. I want somebody who is respectful. I want somebody who supports. And that's not just towards me. It's
mhm.
towards every other person. It's towards the community. The same way you respect me should be the same way you respect every other person. The same way you support me should probably be the same way you support any other person. If you have the means, though, um, the same way you're sincere to me. For me, sincerity, honesty is big. Is top of the list.
Mhm.
I'd rather date a woman who does something really bad and then they have the courage to come up to me and tell me, hey, you know what, I did this and this and this because of this and these reasons. I'm sorry about it. Rather than someone who will probably just want to hide everything. And or even if you know you can really hide these things, I just prefer you be honest to me and you be sincere. That's the same thing I'll do also. If I was doing something funny, I'll let you know like, hey, um I don't know why, but this is what actually did, and please, if you can forgive me, let's. So for me, those are the values. It's sincerity, sincerity slash honesty. It's respect for one another. If you respect someone, if you're sincere to them, you definitely want to support them, and probably because you already love them.
Okay, you're kinda answering my questions within one. My next one was gonna be, how do you think we as a community can
Mhm.
improve our relationships?
We just need to be sincere to each other.
Mhm,
We like, trust me, we have to just be honest, and that is the reason why we have so many funny relationship. People jump into relationship with fake. I don't even want to say motives because that's their motive, right? It's
mhm,
original, but then they are not sincere to the other person.
mhm,
So someone will look at you and they know very well all they want from you is a one night something, but then they'll not be honest to you. They'll not come out plain and tell you, hey, um all I want is a one night something. They'll start telling you, oh, you're beautiful, I see my kids in you, I see all of this, I see. So now you go ahead and make your decision. You decide on dating them because of all of that, right? Not
mhm,
because they told you, hey, this is really what I wanted. So from the start, the relationship was being built already on a faulty foundation from their end, not from your end. You might actually be sincere to them. This is what I want. I want somebody who I'll spend the rest of my life with. I see that person in you, and blah 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 blah. But then if they are not honest, they are not sincere, it definitely 90% of the time will lead to a broken relationship.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. And honestly, when I ask questions just for anybody viewing,
Hmm.
you can answer it in the comments and stuff too.
Hmm.
Um, Another one,
Yeah.
because I do see this being a main cause on things, but that also goes with what is cheating and just being loyal to your partner.
Hmm.
But do you feel the need to know your significant other's phone password?
Um, that one is a serious one. I don't even think you. By the way, I don't do that. I don't.
Mhm.
I don't worry about that because I'm supposed to trust you. You're supposed to trust me, and I don't even see any reason why you should be having password or I should have passwords. People only do that when they're trying to hide something, right? It doesn't really matter what excuses they make. We are just trying to hide something, and definitely that thing is not a good thing. Do you hide your eyes from your significant other? Do you hide your nose from them? Do you
Mm-mm.
hide your mouth from them?
No.
So why then are you hiding whatever is in your phone from them? You don't hide your bank accounts. In a relationship, people are supposed to be transparent. People are supposed to be honest. You're supposed to know everything about me. I'm supposed to know everything about you because that is how I can help you,
Mhm.
right? If I don't know things about you, how then do I help you? If I don't know you are broke, if I don't know you don't have any money in a bank account, then I might go out and start asking you for, oh, can you give me this amount of money? Because I don't know anything about your financial status. But then if I know you don't have the money, I will not even put pressure on you to give me the money, right?
Mhm.
So for me, putting passwords in certain places, it's already signed, especially if these are places which are not supposed to be hidden. Let's say it's your door, your house. Yeah, you can put a password because you don't want everybody accessing your house, right? But then if it's something, and now if it's your phone, they are supposed to know.
Mhm.
Your significant other is supposed to know because what if they don't need to get your phone and, oh, what's your password? No, babes, this is my password. If you needed to use my phone, babes, this is my password. If you needed to, because they are part of you. Just imagine something happens to you and you're unconscious, and then they need an information from your phone, and then your wife or your girlfriend cannot even access your phone. Does that make any sense?
Right.
Yeah. So I just feel like once you're in a relationship and the other person um is keeping your phone away from you, it's not wanting you to use their phone. It's not. It's red flag already.
Okay. So like 3 of my questions you answered within one.
Okay.
So one of my last questions is when you think on a long distance relationship,
Mm-hmm.
um, do you think like at some point they should like relocate to one city for another or like whatever they talk about they should like move somewhere else together or something like that?
At the end of the day, it's difficult to build relationship from a distance. You understand? It's. I don't think it would be fair for two people to claim, okay, we are in love with each other, we know each other, we want to. Because when you love someone, you want to spend time with them.
Mhm.
You want them around you. Because remember, we talked about sincerity, we talked about respect, we talked about support. So how do you support somebody from a distance? Sometimes you really need to be there. When they come back from work, they meet food. When they are stressed, you can give them that massage. When like you can actually do things to them to support them.
Mhm.
So when it comes to distant relationships, sometimes it's difficult. And human beings, we I don't even want to say we are spontaneous, but things happen every now and then. You can wake up in the morning, you're fine, you go about your day. By evening, you start feeling like I need to have, let me say, sex. You
Mhm.
understand? What if your significant other is 50,000 miles away, or but then that is something they will help you with if they were around you. So yeah, it's okay to have a distant relationship, but you guys should be making plans to get together,
Mhm.
to move together. Remember the fact that they're spending time away from you or you're spending time away from them. You might be talking to another person who might, in before you know it, start providing the services that you were supposed to provide to them, and before you know it, not actually because they love them or whatever, you understand, but just because at the end of the day you are far and this other person is the one cooking for them, this other person is the one driving them to work, this other person is the one doing all these things, and before you know it they start doing funny things because of it, not because they don't love you. So for me, it's okay to have distant relationship, but you guys should be working on getting together.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
it should be part of the plan. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was one of my last questions.
Your last question.
Yeah,
So I think I have other
because you
questions.
asked a lot within one. Like they were this. I should have known that. I'm gonna
No.
have to read them back over myself.
So I think I had a question also for long distance relationship, but the person was actually asking if it's a good idea
To even like have a
to
long
have a long
distance.
distance relationship. So for me, very, very okay. But then you guys should start thinking about how to get together, right? Are you moving to wherever she is? Is she moving to wherever you are? But then you cannot spend your whole life living like far apart. But this is another thing also though. Um People decide the kind of relationship they want. Some people want to be in a relationship, but they don't really want their partner around all the time.
Mhm.
Oprah is married but not married. So he's been with this person for more than 30 years, but then they don't have any document that says we are married, right?
Mm.
But they know they are married because they're doing almost everything that married people probably do, stand for one another. So people have the choice, have the right to decide how they want their relationship. If you feel like it's going to be a distant relationship where we only meet when we want to do certain things, that's on you. But for me, I feel like for the relationship to be complete personally, I feel like at one point in time, you guys should get together, stay together, and build on whatever you wanted to build.
Okay.
Yeah. Another question is, what will you do if you were Jeremy Jitab? So a situation happened in Cameroon. It's about a footballer, a soccer player who was a celebrity. It's a celebrity. Let me not even say was. But then for more than 15 years, I think, um, they actually, um, I don't even know how to talk about it. For more than 15 years, they were married and they had a child, only to discover later that that kid were the twins. Actually, I think the twins was not theirs. So they did it. They probably a DNA, and they found out it was not his kids. So this person is wanting to know if I was the guy married to someone for more than 15 years, only to find out later that our kids for more than 10 years don't belong to me. What will I do? Life is complicated. Life is complicated. The way I was raised, when a problem presents itself in front of you, you don't only focus on the problem, you focus on where it started, you focus on how you contributed to the problem, and then it will help you make better decisions about whatever situation you're faced with. This guy was a professional player, a footballer, a soccer player. And what I know from most professional soccer players is they travel a lot. They don't spend enough time with your wife. They don't spend enough time with family. They don't do most of the times. And this situation, this scenario is common with so many professional players. He is not the first. You understand? He's not the first, and I probably think he's not going to be, because the lifestyle of professional is so demanding. Sometimes they'll go for 2 3 months without seeing their spouse, and even when you see your spouse, you don't even have that time, that energy you're focusing on, because one thing they claim is when you have sex, it reduces your energy. So you need to stay with that energy and go for the season, so you are productive. So now, during all this time, what do you think your wife is doing? What do you think your girlfriend is doing? What do they probably, if they are not strong enough to handle themselves or to control themselves, they're probably messing up with someone else. So if I put myself in his shoe, I'll first of all try to, okay, what did I not do correctly? You understand? What did I not do correctly? After that, at the end of the day, um whether we like it or not, a kid is a kid. Kids are just kids. It doesn't matter if they are biological or they were adopted or they're not your kids or whatever. If you treat them right, if you treat them like you're their father, you treat them like you are the one who brought them to this world, they will definitely take care of you like you were their parent. We have
Mhm.
seen situations where a kid was involved, and then 18 years later they told the kid, oh, that's not your biological father. this is your biological father. They say, yeah, I know, but sorry, I'm not going to just switch from this guy to this guy all of a sudden because this guy showed me love. This guy, everything I know, he taught me, he showed me love, he cared for me, protected me, and I don't see any reason why um I should just dump him for some other person.
Right.
You understand? Yeah, I'll call you my dad. I'll treat you like my dad, but sorry, I have two dads. And if I was asked to invite my dad to some places, this is the person I'll invite because they have treated me like. So that's how I look at it. I feel like for me, it's not really. I know it's frustrating. I know it's it sounds funny. Sometimes betrayal, but then because we don't even know the full story, it's difficult to just come out here and talk about what if I was not, I don't know, not potent. And then maybe the lady decided, you know what, I cannot just stay without kids. Let me go have kids. And so
Yeah.
it can be one of so many things. But for me, I'll just try to or talk to her. We figure out the way forward, and then. But me ending the relationship because of that, I don't think it's possible. Especially if I realize after whatever they did, they never did anything like that. But it's different when someone is cheating behind your back, right? Like they
Mhm.
go back again and again and do it. But then if they did it just one time and they found themselves in that position, I don't think I want to.
Continue.
I'll I want to kick them out if they did it just one time.
Mhm.
But if they went back again and again to enjoy whatever they enjoyed the first time, then that's when I'll be like, no, you know what?
Nah, it's not worth it.
So if it was you, you found out your husband or whom you've been married to for 15 years, had a kid with another woman for 10 years, what will you do?
That's a good question because I'm honestly feeling like I'm at that age to where that could be a possibility that it might happen.
Mhm.
Um, I honestly don't know.
You don't know. You better start thinking about it. You never
I
know.
have been, but I honestly don't know. Like it depends on. I love strong, so it really has to depend on what's going on at that moment. What
Let
we
me
got.
tell you something, right? And that is the mistake we make as humans. Let me put it that way.
Hmm.
We wait for the situation to arrive, then we start looking for solutions. And that is when we make 90% of the time we make bad decisions. If you start thinking about things like this, you can actually prevent them. You can actually be observant. You can actually already have a solution in mind before you get there. So once it's like money, right? If
I
you
just
wait,
hope and pray it don't happen.
no, you cannot say you pray it don't happen. That's the reason why um when you drive, you don't only pray for, I hope I don't get into an accident. You make sure you respect the rules, right? You make sure you learn how to drive. You make sure you learn how to switch lanes. You make sure you learn all these things before you jump into the road. You jump on the road and start driving. So that should be the same thing with life. You need to think about these crazy situations and figure out a plan already before it even gets to you. The truth is, the people who handle these situations the best are people who were actually prepared for the solution. You understand? Take,
Hmm.
for instance, somebody who they grew up in a home where their dad was abusive, right? It's either they become abusive also, or they learn what to do if they find themselves in that kind of solution. So once they start dating someone and they start seeing signs of whatever, they know, it's time for me to leave because this was what my mom went through. You understand? So if you don't sit and you think about crazy situations and okay, I think in this because now you have a calm head. You can actually think through these things. You can actually do your math. You can actually, you understand? So you can actually make a better decision now than when you just sit and then boom, it comes to you.
Okay.
Like I said, for me, if she did it just once, I'm not going to break up with her. I'm not even going to send the kids away. I'll try to keep them. I'll try to continue with them. You understand? But if after she cheated and had those kids, she went back there again and again to sleep with him and all of that, then we have to discuss. Because it was not a matter of, I made a mistake. It was a matter of, I knew what I wanted and I went there again and again. So now, that is what you wanted.
Hmm.
Why do you still come back to me? Is it because of this? Is it because of this? Okay, maybe we need to redefine everything. You understand? Then I decide if And that's one thing about me. I always tell people, when you commit a crime, don't try to dictate your punishment. All you have to do is, I'm sorry I did this. This is why I did that. Now it's left for me to decide. The same thing with me. If I commit a crime, I'll not come here and start telling you, oh, you must forgive me. Oh, no. I'll just tell you, oh, this is what I did. This is why it happened. And then you decide what you want to do.
Mhm.
Okay. Another question is going to be, do you think everyone should start doing DNA testing? So I think the question was, since these things are common nowadays, do you think, married or not, once people have a baby, once it's time, they should go ahead and do DNA testing to be sure, so people don't raise kids and then 10, 15
Now
years,
I think
20,
so.
huh?
In the hospital, they should go ahead and have that like a part of the plan, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just when you have a baby, get a DNA test. I think they should now.
I don't think so.
You don't think
I
so?
don't think so
Because
because
that also prevents from the question we just had. Like,
I understand, but then why are you guys in a relationship when you don't trust each other? That's how I look at it. Why are you guys in a relationship when you don't trust each other? We should just learn to be honest. We should just learn to, you know what? Um, I think I want this other guy, I will just go with him. Or I want this guy's money, but I want this other guy's whatever thing, right? So I'll just let them know. For me,
I see what you're saying.
yeah.
I didn't think on it that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like a lot of people, well, I know a lot of people, and I've been around a lot of people to where they get in these situations and it's not like they don't trust each other,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of people are like putting up false intentions on people,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of these females are ending up pregnant. And half the time it's like I know a couple of people where they could have, terminated, but it's like when you have someone in your ear, like they're gonna help you and support you,
Mm-hmm.
and when a child actually comes, it's like they disappear. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of people don't have control over that. You don't have control over somebody's feelings. Like I really have real life experiences with people to where they literally when a because that saying where they like when a child comes about, your life really changes. I see that with some people, like it literally changed once people's I guess when they see the baby face, it's
Mm.
like, I don't know, or they're not ready for the role, you
So
know?
that is
So
why
that's why I say a DNA test, like,
so
that just shuts that down. Like, okay, if you feel like
so
you're not
now that is why I insist on us being sincere and being honest, right?
mhm.
If you were sleeping with two guys, let them know you're sleeping with two guys. We just have to be honest as a
A
community.
lot of people not they not.
And that is why I say, so when you get to that level where you feel like it's okay for you to be doing DNA testing, then something is wrong. You understand? Just the fact that you're like, you know what, let's go do a DNA test or let's do a DNA test, then something is wrong. It's either I'm suspecting you or I'm not even sure about my own self. You understand?
Mhm.
Maybe I know a kid that is supposed to be mine, but then the lady probably gave the kid to another person and the guy is raising the kid. So I'm afraid that maybe that's the same thing you're trying to do to me. I don't know if I'm making sense. So let me put it this way, right?
Mhm.
If a man walks up to you and they're like, I think we need to do a DNA testing for our kids, it should be one of many things. Either they're suspecting you, either they have proof that you cheated on them or you're sleeping with someone, or they themselves actually have done something like that and another man is raising their kids. So they slept with a woman, got them pregnant, but because they did not want to support the woman actually put the baby on another person. And they know fully well that woman is lying to that man, right? So then they go ahead and they're like, oh, if it can happen to him, then maybe it can happen to me also. That's the reason why they want a DNA test. You understand?
Mhm.
So for me, that's the thing. Like once you start talking about DNA testing, then there's no trust. And for me, why would you guys even be in a relationship when you don't trust each other? So if you will need for the government to come out and say, hey, every kid DNA testing, then I just feel like people should not even be in a relationship. For me, that's it.
There's so many aspects on that question though, because you can go into politics with that and everything. But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
guys.
it's a valid
If
point.
you have any questions, I made a mistake. I was not reading. Let me check if. Oh God. comments. I think I need to let me see if I can go to the comment section. Yeah, but for me, once you start talking about DNA testing and all of that, that is sign you don't trust. And if you don't trust, why then should you even be? I believe long distance relationships are a no. Over time, it naturally breeds a disconnect between both parties. Out of sight is out of mind. Out of sight is out of mind. I don't.
I say nowadays, yeah,
For what?
because people
Mm.
don't know like the whole point of this. People don't know what an actual relationship's supposed to consist of. Now, I honestly believe that, and so when you can't see what that person doing 24/7, be around them to get to learn them 24/7, do things with them, it's like, who are you? Like, I don't know you. You
See,
know?
and that's the reason I keep saying it just depends on what you want from the relationship. You
Mhm.
understand? It depends on what you want from the relationship, depends on the value you find in the person. It doesn't matter whether they are in I don't know, in heaven or wherever. Have you seen God?
Mm-mm.
But you trust him, right? You
Mhm.
believe in him. And you
Mhm.
know someday you meet him. So why then can you not have the same? Because God says we are made in his image. If you can trust and believe in God in that way, in that manner, why then can you? So for me, it's a matter of I know this is who I want. They have the qualities I want.
Mhm.
You understand? And it's a matter of time we'll get together and you can have a relationship. So for me, I don't really think the long distance relationship thing is a big deal. So long as people are honest to themselves, I know I can wait. I know they have everything I want from a woman. Um, we can sit here and talk about whatever quality this woman has, many other women have the same quality. It's not true. It's not true. People are unique. People are different. That's the reason why we have different fingerprints. So I know the kind of fingerprint I want. I know the kind of person I want to spend the rest of my life with. So if doesn't matter if they are far away or not, I will look for means to get them closer to me and we build a relationship. Um let me go to another question, which is craziest thing about relationship in the diaspora. For me, the craziest thing about relationship, especially in my community, the craziest thing about relationship in diaspora is how people decide to get together and decide to live like they're in a distant relationship. So you get married and then you start building this beautiful relationship. And at one point in time, you're working night shift and your husband is working 2 to 10. Or you work during the night and your husband is working during the day, and like you guys go for the whole week without seeing each other. You only see each other weekends, and during that weekend, those weekends you're busy, you're cooking, he's probably shopping or doing whatever, keeping the compound clean in the crazy way. I don't know, like for me that's the scary thing about most relationship in our community, where you people live together but it seems like you guys are far apart, and it's causing a lot of havoc in our community. People don't want to sacrifice to spend time with each other. They only focus on the money, the money, the money, the money. For me, that's just the craziest thing about relationships in the diaspora. Yeah. The next question is your take on bushfalla who go back home to get married. Very, very okay. Whether you're a woman, whether you're a man. Like I said, for me, it's about love. It's about finding someone who you feel like I connect with them. It's about finding someone who you feel like I want to spend the rest of my life with this person. It's about finding someone who every time you talk to them, every time you're around them, you feel like you discover something new about them that makes you want to spend the rest of your life with them. It doesn't matter whether they are here, whether they are back home. At the end of the day, we are getting married to people or we get into relationship with people because we want to be happy. We want to We want to contribute to their life. We want them to contribute to our life. So it doesn't matter where these persons are. My only problem is the fact that some people are not honest enough. So you're talking to someone who is back home. They know very well you have a big stomach. They know very well you are in your 50s. They know very well you can satisfy them sexually. They know very well there's a whole lot of things you can do for them. But just because they know you are their route to travel abroad, they'll just say yes, 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 and yes. And then when you get here, you start complaining. Oh, I did not know. Oh, I did not. Oh, I did not. Because from the start, their intention was not to get married to you for the rest of their life. Their intention was to just get here and probably look for a way out, look for an exit route, and then go their way. So if people are honest, if people are sincere, if we can look at each other in the eye and be honest, I don't think it would be any bad thing. It should be a bad thing for you to go back home and get a wife, or for you to get a wife even from here from another community, because it's almost the same thing, right? You can still meet a woman here and you're talking to them and everything, and their only interest is your money. But then they'll trick you to believe, oh no, I really love you, oh I really blah blah blah. Whereas the only thing they want is your money. So it doesn't matter if it's back home or here. Whoever feels like they want to go out there and get a significant order, go do it. But then be ready for the consequences too, because that's the problem we have. Like I said earlier, we only think about, oh, I'm getting married to this woman. It's going to work. It's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be the best thing. And then we jump in there and then it's not working the way it's supposed to work. And then we are frustrated. We start thinking about crazy things we should do to them and blah, 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 blah. I don't think like that's how life is supposed to work. You go on there, you're taking a risk, you're betting. Uh, you get them to America, you get them to wherever you are. It doesn't work, go your separate ways, and then just put it on you. You made a bad decision. You probably did not look well. Would you allow your daughter engage and marry a man? That is a new one that is trending. We see women engaging men. We see women paying traditionally African paying, almost like paying for the bride price for the man. So when I by that I mean the woman will be the person that will work the money and give the man like, go and pay my bride price, go and do this, go and buy that. Like the woman will be the one providing all the resources. So technically the woman got married to the man. So the question is, will I allow my daughter to do that? If that is what she wants to do, she's probably above 18 or 21. That's on her. Am I the one to decide if she's going to be happy or not? No. I One thing I would try to do is build a foundation in her, teach her value, teach her about how life I think should work. At the end of the day, she will figure things out for herself. So if she feels like, you know what, I met this guy who I love, I know I want to spend the rest of my life with, but then they don't have the money, they don't have the finances, and it's taking them too long to propose or to engage, and then they want to go ahead and do it, that's on them. At the end of the day, if it starts raining, it's not going to rain on me. It's going to rain on them, in as much as a little bit might rain on me. For me, it's going to be on them. I am not one of those persons who feel like women should not make the first move. I'm not one of those persons who feel like, oh, you be woman, you cannot go telling a man, oh, I think I like you, I want to have a relationship with you. No. If women are actually, if society is actually fighting for a level platform for all of us, equal pay, equal this, equal that, then it should be equal everything. Women should feel very comfortable to walk up to a man and tell them, I think I like you. I think I see the qualities in you. I think we can make a good relationship. It should be a conversation, right? The man should be able also to be like, so why do you think you like me? What is there for me? I'm this kind of person. Like it should be an honest conversation. And if that's the case and they feel like they want to jump into something bigger, better, that's on them. But for me to sit here and say, oh, I will not allow my daughter to do that. I will not. I come from Cameroon and by our culture, blah, 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 blah. Now, let me say this. Technically, if you look at things, women have been doing that for more than how many years? Women have been engaging men, getting married to men for more than how many years? Because at the end of the day, I don't want to say that. It might sound disrespectful, but if you look at about 80% of the households, women are actually the one running things. They're actually feeding the family, taking care of the bill with their own money, taking care of this, taking care of almost everything. So at the end of the day, they are actually the one managing everything for the house. Let me not even say manage, running the house. So don't you think technically they are actually the husband? Yeah. I don't even want to talk about what is happening nowadays with men who only like to sit in front of PlayStation and just play, go out with your friends, hang out and drink. They probably don't have good jobs. They probably have average jobs, and their women are the one doing almost everything. What is the difference? What is actually the difference? You're getting married to a woman. Um, you split almost everything. The bride price is 2 million. She's probably giving you 1 million. The this is this. She's probably paying for that. Technically she got married to herself. So I think the only difference now is women are becoming okay, very bold to be like, you know what? Since you're delaying, I'll engage you. I'll pay your bride price if you want. By the way, there are some tribes, I think in Africa or around the world, where the woman is supposed to pay the bride price. I think with Indians, it is the woman who is supposed to pay. Yeah, it's the woman who is supposed to pay the bride price for the man.
Mm.
So you go and get married to your man.
So they get to choose.
Huh?
Do they get to choose?
Of course, you choose your man.
Yeah. Mm.
You choose your man, and then you go and do the traditional rites and everything. So you see that what is wrong for my culture can be right for another person's culture. So it will not even be fair for me to sit here and be like, oh no, it's only about my culture. This is the right thing to do, and that's it. So yeah, if my daughter says they want to engage someone, they find love in them, they find everything they need from a man, baby, go ahead and do it. That is right behind you. Yeah, take what is your take of men who are above 40 and yet not married and are not even looking like they plan to marry? Men who are above 40, I've seen people who got married when they were 21, 20, 23, very, very young, very, very early. And I've seen men who are above 40, 45, 50. They are not married and they don't even look like they're planning to. I hope they're talking to someone. I hope they have plans. Um, but like I said, or like the question says, some of them don't even look like they have any plan. They just look that they are contented, they are okay and everything. Now, this is a thing. When I look at things like that, I don't look at like, oh, why is this guy not getting married? I look at it like, what could be the problem, right?
Mhm.
Um, did they have a heartbreak? Did they have a bad relationship earlier? What is their experience? Why are they not really thinking that? Do they not understand that if they get married to someone, this is what the person can bring to the table with what they have, it will get them to some place far more better. I look at it like there is something is wrong. Something is wrong. And it can be anything, it can be one of so many things. We have seen people get into relationship and then the man is impotent, so they cannot even perform well in bed or whatever, right? Why would they want to get into a relationship if they are very short? They cannot. You understand? We have seen a situation where um people snore like crazy, or they don't like people who snore, right? And why would they want to get into a relationship with someone when the person is probably going to snore next to them all night? We have seen relationship where people just like they have a certain way they want to see their home. They are very, very strict on being very clean, things this or that, being on a position. And then before you know it, you get into a relationship with a woman, and then they start telling you, oh no, this one should not be here, it should be here. This one, you know what? I don't want to even have that argument with any person. I'll
Mhm.
just stay by myself for the rest of my life. So when you see someone, whether it's a man or a woman, and that is the problem we have nowadays, people feel like, oh, this woman, you must marry, oh, they married. No, don't look at it like that. People have their reason why they get married, just like you have your reason why you want to get married. People should have their reason also why they don't want to get married, and we should be okay with that.
Mhm.
We cannot sit and judge people by our standards, by our values. So long as whatever they are doing is legal, right? I don't think there's any law that says you must get married before you die or you must get married before you get to this age. No. That is because the society understands that, hey, it is okay for people to die without getting married. So we are not going to force them. You only get married when you decide to. Remember, everyone that is married, they had their specific reason why they wanted to get married, right? I want to get married because I need somebody that can drive me to work. You will see people post it. Oh, my husband drives me to work every day. That was the reason why I get married to them. My this, that. They are paying my bills. That was the reason why I get married to them. Like people have their different reasons. So if someone is not married yet, they probably have not found a good reason to get married. Once they find out, they'll definitely want to get married. And if they don't find out for the rest of their life, I think we are not supposed to castigate them, because that is how you push people to get married. And then before you know it, they're in a position where they are not happy, and then they start fighting with someone and all this, whatever, whatever. And then sometimes it ends in a very tragic way. How Where I come from, um, we call it bilingualism. So like man, man, or woman, woman,
Mhm.
it's not legal in Cameroon. You understand? But we have a lot of these people in Cameroon. I had a friend who was young at the time. I think he was 21. He had a good job. He was making good money, like really good money. But he was one of those persons who it's man, man, right? And I learned a lot of things from him. I'll talk to him, we'll talk, discuss these things, and all of that. And when I came to America, about like 6 months after I came, no, 1 year after I came to America, one I was talking to him and he told me he was getting married to his then girlfriend, the girlfriend he had when I was in Cameroon. And even though he was a man person, guess what? He had a girlfriend. And the only reason he had a girlfriend was because he was trying to hide that person. He
Mm.
did not want the society to suspect that he was a man, right? So then he needed to have a girlfriend. And this girlfriend was just for like a trophy. When we go out, the girl is just there by, but then they did not have this deep affection for them, right? And guess what? 1 year later, he told me he was getting married. First of all, he told me the girl got pregnant. I was like, oh, so finally, it was like, no, I need to do all of these things to get the people to feel like I am okay.
Mm.
And then he said, by the way, we are getting married. We're doing our traditional way. I'm like, bro, are you serious? You're getting married? He was like, what am I supposed to do? I'll just do all of these things to just put up for the camera why I know actually who I am and what I'm doing at the back.
Mm.
So just because society has decided how they'll look at him, now it's forcing him to get into a relationship. So I was asking him like, so but how are you going to do with this lady? He was like, I don't care if she wants, because the lady doesn't even know that's who he is.
Mm.
If she wants, she can go get a man outside to satisfy her and blah 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 blah. I don't really care. All I know is I have my kids. I'm planning to have 3 kids, and that's it.
Yeah, that's scary.
So you see why I say the problem most of the time it starts with us not being sincere to one another, right?
Mhm.
Just go ahead and tell her, hey, I'm this kind of person, but I like you, and I feel like we can have a relationship where you can have another relationship, but then we can have kids, and I have the money and everything, so we can have a beautiful life. But then if you want this sexual satisfaction, which I cannot give you because I don't feel attracted to you, you can go have it elsewhere. You never know. You might meet a woman who will say, yeah, I think I'm down for it. You understand?
Mm.
So for me, that's it. Let me go to questions. I know people are like, damn, Sako, what are you saying? uh, um, say who first send the man them to? Yeah, I did talk and a joke, but it's crazy. The exists. I have a friend like name even joke. I'll say yes, India. So India is actually in India. Women actually get married to men. Next question will be one thing about women. One thing about women, most men still don't understand. I think I should that question should be for you. I want you to answer the question first, and then I'll give my opinion. What is one thing about women that you feel like men still don't understand?
Hmm, that's a good question. I think that men don't understand how loving a woman can actually be
Mm-hmm.
if he be a man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think men understand that. And that's the main thing I think men should focus on, honestly, nowadays.
And that is exactly what my answer was supposed to be.
Mhm.
My answer was just supposed to be the only thing most men still don't understand for women is the fact that once a woman decides it's you, they don't really care.
Mhm.
Yeah, you must be I don't want to use the word stupid enough to push them to the wall before they can do certain things. You understand? That's
Mhm.
how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Once a woman decides and that is because women, most of the time, it comes from their heart.
Mhm.
You understand? Before they get into all the whatever thing with you, they must have in their hearts decided this is a person I want to spend the rest of my life with. It doesn't matter if you're broke, if you're bad in character or whatever. They must have done their research and concluded, yes, I think I can tolerate them. And they can
Mhm.
actually tolerate you and even help you become a better person.
Mhm.
But with men, it's mostly in our heads. It's mostly about the sex. It's mostly about this is just what I want first before I'll decide on this and that and that and that. So for me, yeah, if us as men, we start to understand that these women, once they decide to go with you, it's you.
Mhm.
Unless you start giving them reasons to go here or go there or whatever. And at the end of the day, we have to remember also that we are humans, right? From time to time, we can fall. From time to time, we can falter. From time to time, people can make mistakes. I'm talking about our women. But we also, that is when we should come in as men to actually support and prove to them that, hey, I know you can support me more than this. That is the reason why I'll stand for you even after you make this or that mistake. And that is the reason why for me I'm big on not men not leaving their women because they cheated or because they made a mistake or whatever. Now, if the cheating was just once or even twice, that's something else. But then if she goes back again and again and again and again, then at that point in time, it's a problem. You guys need to sit and talk and decide on, okay, it's either you're going to be getting it from there and then we get this from here, or you either stop and we look for a solution to.
Mm.
So that's my answer to that question. One thing about women, most men know what men are looking for. What do you think men are looking for in a woman in 2024?
It's
Okay, let's
two
say a good
sides to
man.
that. Okay, a good man is looking for a good woman, like a provider, a protector. At the end of the day, like that's what I think a good man is looking for. A hustler too, like she got her own.
Hmm.
Um, because on the flip side, a lot of these people just seem like they look at looks or what people look like on the internet nowadays. But on the flip side, that's what I think. A man should actually look for a provider, a protector, hustler, because
Yeah,
she'll do all of that if you just be a man.
so nowadays the same thing women are looking for in a man is almost the same thing men are looking for in a woman.
Mhm.
I'll just be honest. But most people don't want to accept, most people don't want to agree. Most people still feel like it's supposed to be like, oh, the woman is supposed to be the person that keeps the house, that does this and does. No, nowadays they feel it's level. Everyone should do everything for their home. Everyone should do
Mhm.
everything to have their relationship going forward, right?
Mhm.
I come back early from work, I get into the kitchen, I cook, right? You come back before me, you get in there and cook. You come back and you feel like the house is not clean, you clean up the house when you have time. I come back and I feel like the house is not like it's supposed to be. I do that. We have passed, except the couple or these people decide, you know what, this is how we want our relationship to be. We want to stay traditional. We want to keep it the old way, where you, the man, you are the provider, you are the protector and everything. And the woman, the house help. Let me put it that way, right? I
Mhm.
clean, I cook, I whatever at home. You understand? But like I said, the question was 2024, what are men looking for? Men are looking for women who can actually do the things they them like the men also can actually do for them. So I'm not just looking for someone who can cook, because before you I was eating. I was actually cooking my own food.
Mhm.
I'm not just looking for someone who is good in bed. I'm not just looking for someone who no. I need somebody who is that way. If for some reason God decides to call me earlier than you can take care of my kids. You understand? I don't want a situation where, oh, I'm the provider and you're the this, and then tomorrow I'm not there, and then you start looking for my friends to sleep with them because you're wanting help from here, you're wanting support from there, because you want money. You understand?
Mhm.
And it's the same thing for the man. If you get married to a man who can cook, who can clean, who can take care of stuff, who can do almost everything, guess what? If for some reason God decides you're going, they're gonna take care of your kids, right? They will not need another woman to come take care of your kids. They will not rush into a relationship because they're looking for someone to clean the kids, to take care of the kids, and all of that. So for me, in 2024, what women or people should be looking for in a relationship should be someone who is complete and is okay and is understanding and is ready to play the same role just like the man, the same role just like the woman. Like I said, I get back from work, there is no food. Instead of me calling you and, oh, when are you coming home? Blah, 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 I'm hungry. But no, I get into the kitchen, I cook whatever I can cook. You come back, I serve you. That is a relationship. You come home before me, or weekends, if you have time, you're in the kitchen, you're cooking all this meal. I'm there with you while you're cutting the onions. I'm probably smashing the pepper. While you're doing this, I'm probably doing that. While you're cooking arrow, I'm cooking pepper soup, right? While you're
Mhm.
like, it's supposed to be team. And for me, the reason, like I said earlier, the bigger reason is because if you are not there, I can actually still stand and provide and take care of the family. If I'm not there, you can actually still stand and provide and take care of the family. I think I answered all the questions I had. This is 1 hour already. I don't know if it was a beautiful segment, but like I said earlier, every Tuesday, if my sister is here, we're going to do a relationship conversation. If she's not here, we'll probably do something else. No, it's still going to be a relationship. It's just going to be me. I'm going to take questions, answer questions. Is there anything you want to say before we sign out?
I think we summed it all up today. I think we did good today.
Okay. Um, there's more to. Let me just check if there's any comments I need to address. I don't know, for some reason I don't see all the comments.
Mhm.
Good analogy with a driving example. Have answers. Who first any that most women need security in all areas, not money. Yeah, the same way women they need security, and the same way man picking into they need security nowadays. Trust me. And now the mistake that way most men they be making will be the feel saying that only if you provide security. No, the woman way the cook your chop if you provide security. You understand? The woman way you don't give some kind of information about you if you provide security. Like security should be both ways. It's not a man thing. We are supposed to be looking for ways to protect our relationship, to protect whatever we have. It's not just about the man protecting the family. No, the woman also has its own ways of protecting the family. I'll give you guys an example. If you're dating, if you're married to someone, or you're married, or you're dating a woman and they don't support you, they're actually creating loopholes for the relationship to probably explode someday. So technically, if they don't support you, they are not providing security for the relationship. They're not protecting the relationship. You understand? If they don't treat you like, okay, you are my king, they don't treat you like, okay, you are the only person I'm talking to. If they, a lot of things, if they're not doing, what they're actually technically doing is they're not protecting the relationship. So when we talk about protection, it's not only about or maybe a man cannot come and attack you physically, or thieves cannot come to your house because they know there is a man there, and blah 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 blah. 90% of the relationships that are not existing anymore, it's not because thieves came to the house and stole your car or stole something. No, it's because someone was not doing something to protect their relationship. That's one misconception I feel like we have when we talk about protection, we talk about security. We only think about, oh, we need a watch night. Oh, we need a man with a big chest, with six pack, with muscles that can stand by you and scare people from talking to you or disrespecting you. That is not the only protection relationships need. Relationships need more than that. I need a woman who can cook good food for me. I need a man who can cook good food for me. I need that. For me, those are even the most important security every relationship needs. Those are even the most important things when it comes to protection, protecting the relationship. Those are the most important things. And not someone with big chest and muscle and a gun or whatever, thinking, oh, I'm a protector. Protector, protector. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, so uh I don't know why I don't see all the questions. I don't know why I don't see all the comments though. So who first send the man? Who want explain that one it go long? Yeah, but that is the crazy world we live in. Yeah. Hey, best movie. By the way, for all those who are watching right now, follow my brother Best Movie. He has a channel where he's actually talking about movies, especially movies, things to watch out for, things that are happening in the community, things that are we should know as a people. Because remember, education are power. Two you know am, you know if you use them. Two you know am, now that thing will easily kill you. So yeah, go follow his page, Best Movie. He dey always put highlights for things that we concern movie. Ngwang Derek, my brother. Uh, my boss Rashid Triple. It's a good answers. Wufeseni have answers beforehand for every scenario you can think of. Yeah. So my brother Obeno say we need to get answers beforehand for every scenario you can think of. Trust me, it puts you in a far more better place when these things they reach. Remember, even with life and our health, we don't go for checkup because we want to go and discover what is wrong with us. So we can know. We first of all go for checkup because we want to make sure nothing is wrong with us. You understand? And now, if we go and then we discover, okay, you have this thing, you have that thing, then you start at that early age, you start sorting out, you start looking for solutions. That should be the same thing for our relationship. Like I said the other day, every relationship should be considered like a business. Before you get into the relationship, make sure you have an exit plan already. And your exit plan is what if this man who was not a drunk becomes a drunk? What if I get there and this lady who was not a prostitute becomes a prostitute? What if I get there and this kid, my kids who I was expecting were going to be very, very calm, humble, like me, and they become miscreants? Is that a word? Yeah. And they become, you understand? You should think about all these scenarios and have solutions or have ideas on how I can fix them. That way, if they arise, you solve them. If not, you enjoy your relationship. The biggest mistake we make is going into relationship thinking it's going to be just good, just okay, just fine. And then you get there and then now you have to make decisions from a place of pain. You have to make decisions from a place of frustration. Trust me, that the most difficult place that will be for life. Where you dey inside your house, fire don already catch, and then you get for decide wetin for do. But if you don already figure am out since, probably maybe fire no go even catch because you get fire extinguisher. You just imagine you dey for house wey fire extinguisher dey, but you never ever figure out who side wey the fire extinguisher dey, and then house catch boom. And then at that time wey the fire don start, you go for start to find fire extinguisher. If you're not careful, you will burn inside the house. But if you already know, say fire extinguisher dey for here, it dey for here, it dey for day, it dey for here, it dey for day. Once you hear fire, boom. Now the reason why when we get into a plane, the first way they tell we will get inside plane and say, okay, if the plane one crash, If the plane one crash and we get emergency landing for water or for outside, exit door the day for year. Exit door day for year. A mask go fall. And when that mask fall, make sure so you put your own face before you put other my own. They need the pray may happen. But they already get solution for a problem where if it arise. And now that solution where they get for a problem if it arise, now most of the times you say plane be get this situation and almost every person was evacuated safely. Plane be get this situation and every person was survived. Now the same way we'll get to treat each and every relationship we'll get. And before you get in there, make sure you have an exit plan. What if, what if, what if, what if, what if? But then build a relationship like your whole everything depends on the relationship. There's more to it I've got time for today. See you guys next week. Relationship story. Very soon I shall see my sister Kiki. Xoxo Kiki. Go start a show and it's going to be something new, something different, and something really, really beautiful. I think I like this. I think I like this. I think I like this. I just like talking about relationships. I get wild experience about relationship. uh, yeah.